12 minutes to go in normal time. Liverpool 3-0. Corner taken quickly, Origi! Oh my word! Yes! This is extraordinary!
Hello and welcome to the Reds cast. The Reds are back on YNWA. I'm joined by Ste, as always. What do you think of the result then, Ste?
Yeah, it's a weird one, wasn't it? Because the game was pretty rubbish.
Yeah.
If we're honest, for the majority of the game, it was hard to watch. To be honest with you, the first half especially. But if you think back to the rest of the season, we've done that so many times.
Yeah.
Where we've just sort of eked through games, and that was just another one.
We did have 71.2% of the possession. So it was just a typical Liverpool game, weren't it? But we're just not clean. 6 shots we had. And I think in the first half, we only had 1 on target. Which was,
I think there was 1 shot in the whole of the first half that was on target. I can't remember if that was us or them, but yeah, it was. As I said, it was hard to watch, but you'll take that. You'll take a rubbish 2-0 every week.
Yeah, they're what win your leagues, aren't they? Like, as long as you don't concede and you keep getting the 3 points. But to be honest, I don't know if you were the same as me, but at some points during that game, I just kept thinking these are going to do us. They're going to do us, yeah.
Yeah. It was looking like it was going to be 1-0 Villa for a long period of that game. We had the possession.
Yeah.
Didn't particularly do that much with it, and they looked like they had a goal in them on the break.
What's worse as well is Rayner's probably their best keeper. Now, I was made up that Rayner got a game at Anfield, but obviously there was no fans there. But then halfway through the first half, I was thinking, why did I want him to play? He's so much better than the other keepers.
I was a bit good. There was no crowd there for him, to be honest with you. It would have been a nice little return for him. He would have got a good applause, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he's not going to stay there after the season. He's probably going to venture off to another. Probably France, maybe. He's been to all the other leagues, hasn't he? So
I think he might even retire, to be honest with you. He's getting on a bit, isn't he?
Yeah, I was thinking that because when we let him go, he was quite old, weren't he? And I thought he was going to see his career out at Napoli. Then he ended up at AC Milan. Now he's in the Prem.
Yeah, I think he'll probably give it up after this year, if I'm honest.
I hope so. I mean, I was so far off with my 6-0 prediction. Ashley said 2-0, didn't he? What was it what you said was yours, 3-0 or 2-1?
I said 3-0. Yeah, Ashley got it bang on, which he hasn't let me forget.
I mean, he got like we were all so far off with the team as well, weren't we? Because he went full length strong against Phil. He surprised me. I mean, I wouldn't have played Divock, and Divock's one of them. He's given us some of the best memories of our lives, but he's just not good enough to play for Liverpool.
No,
it's crazy, isn't it, to say? But considering he's, like they said yesterday in commentary, there's not many people who've scored in Champions League finals, and he has. But
exactly. He's had a handful of like legendary status moments, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Take them away, and he's just another player who probably could have come and gone and not made a name for himself, but because of them few moments, he'll be remembered forever. And that haircut, by the way, I'm not going to say much about that.
I'm just hoping that he's dyed it blonde for it to then go red or something. I'm hoping because for me, it felt like I was watching Liverpool years ago. We had Rayner in goal for Villa. We had him attacking him. It was like I was watching Cisse again. Rayner again, my head was chocker. But you know, when you go into Origi's stats, his pass succession wasn't too bad. It was 72%. However, he had 1 aerial duel and lost it.
Yeah.
And he only had 2.1% of the possession. He had no shots, no dribbles, no tackles.
That's
for a striker.
I mean, that could be down to the way the game went, but also if the game's going that way, you want your talisman to get involved, and you want him to start making things happen. And Divock's not that type of player. He sort of goes with the flow of the game. He's not the type of player that'll change the game. He'll just go with however it's going.
Massively, like when you watch him, the game's so much slower when we play Origi.
Yeah.
And when you compare him to like Bobby's stats now. Bobby changed the game yesterday, and I think he just shown a lot of people, me included, because lately I've been thinking what he hasn't been doing much, but he's come on, he's had one shot, he's had 75% pass succession rate, he's had a successful dribble, he's not been dispossessed, he got 6.5 on the ratings, but he just came on and changed the game, didn't he, Bobby?
He did, yeah. We said the other day, it hasn't really happened for him much this season. Stats-wise, certainly goals, assists, and all that. But he is
The system.
he's a massive step up from Divock, to be fair, and it showed when he come on. We don't appreciate him as much as we should. I know the fans don't, but sometimes we probably take him for granted a bit, and he showed when he come on. He was the difference.
It's just crazy, isn't it? How I personally, if it was me, I'd probably drop Bobby back a bit and get another out and out striker, because Bobby himself, he drags defenders out of position like you wouldn't believe, and then it frees up the space for Mane and Salah. So it's crazy because his stats, like when you look at the team, you know that a lot Liverpool's wage structure is to get a lower wage and highly bonus incentive. And I was thinking the other day, what does poor Bobby get his bonuses on? Because he's always the pass before the pass, so he doesn't get an assist and he never scores because he's always dragging players out of position. But he just completely changed the game yesterday, and it shows which is Liverpool's strongest 11, doesn't it? When we made them 3 subs, we brought Hendo, Gini, and Bobby on. It just
absolutely
again.
Yeah, and Curtis popped up with a goal.
He would. The minute he come on, I just knew. I just had this feeling that he was going to score. He is absolutely. I'll say it now that he's going to be generational. So when people talk about, like, my generation was Stevie and Carragher, I feel as though like the kids of today's generation is going to be Trent and Curtis Jones. I know we've got Harvey Elliott and Nico Williams coming through, but Harvey Elliott, though we support Liverpool, he's from London. Nico Williams is from Wales. I do hope they have successful Liverpool careers, but the Scousers being Jones and Trent.
Yeah.
Jones.
Mine was Robbie Fowler when I was growing up.
Oh, I wish. I think I seen the back end of Fowler when I was a kid, but I didn't get to see. Like, my brother absolutely idolizes him.
Yeah, God for a reason.
Yeah, imagine him in this team now, though. Imagine him as a Divock.
Oh my God.
Jones, to be fair, 90% pass succession when he came on. He just didn't put a foot wrong, really, did he? Apart from his goal, he just looked bright. He looked sharp, and that's what you want to see from the kids. And to be honest with you, the past few games, Nico hasn't disappointed me. Elliott, when he's gone on, hasn't disappointed me. Jones hasn't disappointed. We've got a strong few kids coming through, really, haven't we? That would push on. So that then bends you on to Curtis Jones as a centre mid. Liverpool pretty much bought Thiago Alcantara now.
Doesn't it? There's a lot of talk, and I mean,
Joyce has followed them on Twitter, and usually Paul Joyce doesn't follow people until it's completely done, and he knows things, doesn't he? So
but Klopp's playing it down a bit, isn't he? He's saying, "Oh, he's just one of many players that I like," or words to that effect. Like, but he's never going to come out until the ink's on the paper on the contract, is he? And say, "Oh yeah, we're getting him."
It's like Van Dijk. He said, "Oh, we weren't getting him," and then 2 days later, there was a picture of him holding the shirt, wearing it. So I think it'll probably be announced maybe towards the start of next week, maybe. But then, in one breath, it's like our midfielder's missing someone like that. I seen a stat comparison of Thiago to Wijnaldum, for example, and it's just ridiculously different for Thiago. Bayern Munich haven't lost a game in which he started. And then when you think of the likes of Keita, Fabinho, and Thiago in the midfield, it a bit mouth-watering, really, because he is world-class. He's a world-class player. And I know on a pod a few days ago, we were saying about his age and stuff, but he's the same age as Van Dijk, you know?
Yeah. He's just got one of them Diego Costa faces where he looks a lot older than he is, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's only late 20s. He's 28, 29, something like that.
29, but he's only just turned 29. So Van Dijk's 29 next week. Henderson's 30. I seen a thing on Twitter saying, like, comparing it to Liverpool players, and like Henderson's 30, the same age as Van Dijk. He's only a year older than Mane. So he's an all right age, to be fair, to come into the team. But then I'm just hoping it doesn't ruin chances for like Curtis Jones. It just makes me think that maybe if Thiago's coming in, Jones might go on loan next year to either a newly promoted side or the Championship, because for some reason, Liverpool on loan systems do work. Look at Harry Wilson. Look at Brewster now.
Yeah, we were saying the other day about Bruce the Worm. He scored again, didn't he?
Yeah, he's got 9 goals now in 10 games, something like that.
Yeah. It's whether Klopp wants to trust that as his backup.
I don't know, like, it's a mad one because, again, Ryan Brewster's a Champions League winner. He's got a medal and stuff.
Which is nuts, by the way.
Yeah, didn't play a single minute. That's how I don't understand Premier League medals, because he doesn't play a single minute and gets a Champions League one, but then he's got to play. He won't get a Premier League one, obviously because he's at Swansea. But I'd keep him myself. But then again, I've also said when he's played for Liverpool, he's not been phenomenal.
No.
But then maybe the confidence down in the Championship, because to be fair, the Championship's not an easy league to bag in, especially every single game.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's really just took the Championship by storm and he can't stop scoring. And I think if he does get loaned out, it's probably going to have to be to a newly promoted team, give him a go in the Prem, see what he's about. I think Chelsea done that with Tammy Abraham, didn't he? Did he go to the Prem for a season?
Didn't he go to Swansea?
I think he's been at Swansea. Swansea have had quite a few good people from Chelsea, to be fair, because they had... who else did Swansea have?
They've had a lot of good players, like.
Yeah, and to be fair, Brewster's probably, if Swansea get up, if they get into the playoff places and then win that, it'll be down to Brewster. His goals have massively helped him. So then maybe if they come up, he'd stay there and do another year there. But I think after watching Origi yesterday, I think it'd be good Brewster to stay. The only thing I can think is Liverpool must have somebody on their radar in that position. They've got to, because Bobby, if we get to the final, hypothetically, because obviously you want to win every cup, it's about 90 games in a season if you lost the final of every cup. I know the League Cup now is scrapped because we're in the Champions League. But Bobby, that's still too many games for Bobby to even want to play. Never mind try and play him. It'd just burn him out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, totally. I say, going back to kids coming through, I was thinking out like how high a pedestal we put the kids on that are coming through, and we've been spoiled in the past. You look at players like Gerrard's an obvious one. Michael Owen come through as a kid and set the world on fire, and I think we hold all our kids up to that level or that expectation. So they come through and they show a little flash and think, oh, we've got the next, Stevie G, next Michael Owen, next whoever. And then they do the thing what 99% of players do, and they just hit a bit of a plateau. And then we think they're not good enough or whatever, but I just don't think we give them enough time.
That's what I mean. And I think Glendon Jones out, I mean, he's only 19. It'd benefit, but then we're getting these bigger, like Harvey Elliott's meant to be getting a £20,000 a week contract, and the kid's 17. And I just hope that doesn't get, because I've already heard that he's arrogant, but then he's all
big time, Charlie.
Yeah, two sides to him, because there's someone who my brother knows, his son. I don't know if you've ever seen Harvey Elliott. He gives his share to some lad, and then he's always tweeting, like Instagramming about him and tweeting about him. His dad owns the 12-man footy in Belle Vale. My brother's known him for years. He's a sound fella. So in that sense, Elliott's done a lot with this kid. Like, there's giving him his share, give him advice and stuff like that. But then in the other breath, he's had clothing companies off, apparently. Like that from I don't remember when it went all over Twitter, and someone had sent him a pair of shoes and all he had to do was put a picture on thanking them, and then there was all murder, and then he absolutely went off on Twitter, and then he ended up putting the picture on, and it's just crazy. I've heard good and bad about Elliot, but then
I story.
Yeah, it's mad. It's proper mad. I don't want to obviously start naming the companies and stuff. But the company knows people from my event really, really well, and he'd had them off. So it's just a bit mad, really, because he's got a bit of a bad reputation already with some Liverpool fans, especially the younger Liverpool fans. But then he's world class, isn't he? If Liverpool are spending the money they did through the tribunal to get him, offering him 20 grand a week, and Real Madrid wanted him, he's going to be special, isn't he?
Yeah, they see different things in training, so. We only know like little bits about his quality from what we've seen. He must be unbelievable. Especially if these stories are true, which we don't know for sure. Obviously, you've got a little insight into that clothing company thing with him. That could be youth naivety, or
That's the first thing.
He could just be a little bit of a divvy, like. But
yeah, that's what I thought, because he's come up to Liverpool. He's 16, and you can tell his age by like even just some of his posts about his girlfriend on Instagram and stuff, and he's just played for Liverpool, and then he's putting pictures like "I love you" and stuff like that, and you can just tell his age. You can't tell his age compared to other players, but then you say that, and then it's like, oh, he's only 17 anyway. He is a kid.
Yeah, you forget, don't you? Because they put on that Liverpool shirt, age sort of goes out the window, and you forget they're like, what were you doing when you were 16 or 17? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, he is a genuine kid, and to be fair, I think he's probably moved up to Liverpool. Loads of companies have been like, can we send you this? Can we send you this? Trying to capitalise on what could be the next big thing, and he's just become overwhelmed and then not posted certain things, and it's bit him on the arse. I think there's more to it, and I don't think he's completely in the wrong, because Scott Parker said he's unbelievable. Now, I know Scott Parker's a nobody, but he was the manager of Fulham. And then, Klopp has got so much praise and respect for him. And Klopp, if someone's a knobhead, Klopp gets rid of them.
Yeah.
Catch your mind back. I've said it a few times to Sacco. Klopp just said in a bit and got rid of him. So it's...
And that was a shock, wasn't it, for us? Because we're, like, as a club, we're not used to that sort of... Even though it was, he wasn't the best, but he was a sort of big name in the team, wasn't he?
Yeah, tweet sign.
And then all of a sudden it was like, on your bike, son. And we're like, but we're not used to this. And then it's worked out fine.
I do still think if he would have played in the Europa League final against Sevilla, we probably would have had a better chance, because they didn't love him playing that.
The only thing I remember about that game was Alberto Moreno's head going. And I think that was the main factor in us losing that game, is he just couldn't handle it.
Albie. I could never hate Albie. He's funny.
No.
It's one of them, because everyone hates Lovren, me included. But then Albie's probably just as bad, but he's Albie, and he is.
It was both of their birthdays on the same day the other day. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, I know, because loads of people were wishing him happy birthday. The only one I seen for Lovren was the club. But to be honest with you, when Lovren goes, he'd probably be a lot more respected by Liverpool fans. He just don't want him at the club, do they? And I'm all for that. Completely and utterly all for it.
He's won everything at the end of the day.
Really has, and he's played in the World Cup final.
Exactly. Best defender in the world. I can't even say that without
Going back to the Villa team, no. Would you take Jack Grealish?
I was thinking about that. I'm not sure. I'll tell you who stood out for me in that team was that Douglas Luiz.
Yeah, he come from he's a prodigy of the City Youth Academy, and he had a big reputation at the City Youth Academy, so the fact Villa bought him was crazy. But yeah, he looks exciting, doesn't he?
Yeah, I remember when he first come through, and he had a big reputation, and he didn't do too well. He made a few mistakes, naive decisions, stuff like that. But I thought against us yesterday, he was one of their outstanding players. Back to Grealish. He's one of them, quite a talented lad. But I don't know, them little shin pads, they just do me head in.
Graham Souness said that he had to love to play against them. You could just picture in Souness as everyone's
absolutely just going right through him like a train. Just talk of him being the most foul player in the Premier League.
People do target him, probably because he is the best player in the Villa team. He gets targeted.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, I was thinking about it myself, about would I take him, and everyone keeps saying about him going to United. They've got Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes. Why would he be going to United?
Yeah, I can't. I mean, if Villa get relegated, I can't see him staying. Although he's a Villa lad, isn't he? He's Villa fan, grew up at the club and all that sort of stuff. So
for like a top 4 Premier League team.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If they go down, he's going to want to play Premier League. Isn't he?
When you're a boy of somebody of a team like that isn't. We say that, but Villa have won the Champions League, but current day Villa are not that good.
No.
He is good enough to play for you, like probably Tottenham or someone like that. Is Jack Grealish, and He won't stay at Villa. He can't stay at Villa. He is too good for the Championship, no matter how good.
I wouldn't have him at Anfield, I don't think.
Yeah, because when you're thinking about it, we're probably going to be getting Thiago. Would he play? Grealish does play behind the striker. And all I was thinking was, would he be a good alternative for Bobby? Because people are drawn onto Grealish, and they're always trying to foul him, which is a very similar situation to Bobby. Because he does that, and then it allows Mane and Salah through. So that's what I was thinking. He's probably a better alternative than Origi. I can't see him going to United unless they sell Pogba.
Yeah, he won't go to Chelsea.
Yeah, he wouldn't go to Chelsea because they've got like Mason Mount and stuff. And
is there a shout for him going to City to replace David Silva?
Nah, Phil Foden is going to start for them straight away.
So I was saying, only leaves like Tottenham.
Arsenal, I think if he's going anywhere, I think he'd make a difference to Arsenal because Tottenham's got that the Dutch one, that Bergwijn or something.
Oh, yeah.
And he's hit the ground running since he's come. But I'm going to throw a name at who I actually would like from the Villa team. Tyrone Mings.
Yeah. He's solid, isn't he?
Yeah.
For the majority of the game, he did pretty well against us. I haven't seen enough of him against other teams where the type of teams that we would come up against. Like, I've only seen him like what we throw at him. Other teams would be, you look at Burnley, teams like, no disrespect to Burnley, but teams like Burnley will throw balls in the box.
Yeah.
How does he deal with that sort of stuff? So it'll be interesting to see that.
Well,
pretty rounded defender, like.
Yeah, well, my thinking behind it was obviously Lovren probably is going to go this year. We were going to get rid of him last year, but give him one more year. So Lovren's probably going to go. So we do need another backup, bar Joel Massa. And I was just thinking Mings probably would sit on the bench, although he's only young. I think he's about 21. No, he's 27. Mings.
Oh, wow.
I think. But he probably would come and sit on the bench at that age to come and wrap medals up and stuff. And my thinking behind it was he partners Gomez in England. So then it allows Van Dijk to have rests as well because Gomez is strong with him. Van Dijk's strong with anyone.
Yeah.
So it allows them to just have, like, be able to change the back four a little bit more and allow, because I don't think Van Dijk's had a rest this year. I think any game that's been big he's played in, hasn't he? And I think the only time he had a rest was when Fabinho come in wearing a centre back at the start of the season.
I don't think that was to a rest, or was he injured or something? Yeah. So he hasn't had an actual sort of thing.
Van Dijk isn't unhuman. He can get injured.
Yes.
We do need, in my eyes, when you look at the City team, every single position has got two world-class players in. So apart from the defence, yeah. But then I'm always saying, why would people come and sit on the bench? But you're judged on medals in football. So at the end of the day, like people like Ryan Brewster, when he retires, he's got a Champions League medal. This Liverpool team now, Divock Origi has got a Champions League, Super Cup, Club World Cup, and Premier League medal. Yeah. So he is not going to be judged on how awful he was in 99% of his games for Liverpool. He's going to be judged on the fact that he's won everything.
I know. So, anyone can say anything to him and he'll just go like that with his medals. There you go.
That's what Shaqiri done, didn't he? He got abuse on Twitter and he tweeted some journalist with all his medals he's won. And Shaqiri is a well-decorated player.
Yeah.
But on to him. It was good to see him on the bench again, wasn't it?
Yeah. I quite like him, to be honest with you.
I do. He's a good option, to be fair. I can only think he must be an absolute bellend to Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah. He looks like that sort of fun character that is fun for a little bit. Yeah. The type of person you can go out on a night out with because you do your head in. But man, sitting with him for 5 minutes and having a little chat, like.
Yeah. He's got his calves though. He is. Have you seen him? There's a picture of him when he was celebrating the league, and they're sticking out when he's just sitting down. Like he's an absolute monster.
He beats Jack Grealish on the calves. Like,
I mean, the best I've seen in terms of like when he signed for Liverpool, there was a picture of him stretching for a ball in training was Fabio Barini, and his leg muscles were huge, and you just thought, wow, he's going to have some power in his shots, and I was so disappointed. So. But I like Shaq. I don't know if it's because on his first game he scored it over a kick in pre-season against United. I don't know if that just made me love him, but I'll never say a bad word about Shaq. I don't know. I'd like to see more of him, to be honest. He's a good option. I think he was probably unlucky not to get on yesterday.
Yeah. Was it him? Did he come on against Barcelona in that semi-final? Was it him who put the ball in for Wijnaldum's header?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had his moments, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, and he's probably very similar to Origi. Like, he's not world class, but this is a guy who got relegated 2 seasons, come to Liverpool and won everything.
Yeah.
I'd keep hold of him, unless somebody come in and offered like 30 million or something stupid for him.
There was rumours about Newcastle, wasn't there? Where that will go now, I don't know.
Well, Shaqiri is about 28 years now, so he's in his peak ultimately in terms of football. So in my eyes, I'd keep hold of him. If you're going to sell Harry Wilson, which is probably looking increasingly likely, then our only cover for Salah ultimately is Elliott, because Minamino, although they'll play him there and Oxley will play him there, they're not right-sided players, they're central fit players. So why not keep him and just give him, even if he only has 1 or 2 games a season, it then gives Salah the rest. Yeah.
So especially within the Champions League, we go far in the FA Cup, all them games coming up. Whether he wants to hang around and be on the bench for another season in his prime, that's down to him, like, and his agent to
I think he probably would.
Probably.
I want to win the FA Cup next year. It sounds mad considering like we've just won the 2 biggest of them all, but I want to win it for Hendo.
I quite like the FA Cup, if I'm honest. It's like one of them when you're growing up. When I was growing up, certainly there was no like Champions League. It was European Cup and whatever. But that FA Cup final day for me as a kid, I loved it. Whether we were playing or not, I loved it.
Wembley in Cardiff, when it was in Cardiff, and going to Wembley for the FA Cup, it is a good day out, and I do enjoy going to Wembley. And now the League Cup's gone, I would like to get there, because I do like. I mean, obviously, I'll be going for the Community Shield whenever that may be, probably against City again. But I want to win it for Hendo more than anything, because as a Sunderland fan, that was his dream to win the FA Cup, and it's the only one he hasn't won now. So I want to win it for him. And that's weird, me saying something, because I used to absolutely hate Jordan Henderson, but Jordan Henderson now is a Liverpool legend. And there's change, and that he's an absolute legend. I just want to touch on City. Did you see the City results?
I seen some of the game. Southampton defended with their lives. Wow.
See, I didn't watch the game. I just seen the results and was just like, wow, what's happened here?
To be fair, City were all over them. It was like attack against defence. They were like playing against a brick wall. That Stevens at centre back for Southampton.
Yeah.
My God, he must have made. I lost count of how many interceptions, blocks, tackles he made. He just couldn't get past them, and he defended from the front. It's like Danny Ings was throwing in tackles on the edge of the box. Especially like the last 20 minutes. I don't think Southampton got further out than about 40 yards out from their own goal. They were literally, it was literally like an attack versus defence training game, and Southampton, as good as City were, Southampton just absolutely done a number on them. Like playing against a brick wall. And he's talking about defenders coming in. I wouldn't mind that Stevens after watching him yesterday, but whether Southampton will let another one of their players come is.
If they're giving us anyone, you can give us Danny back. Do I want? But I'm going to read you a stat here now, and you're probably going to be very, very surprised. Now, I weren't going to touch on the City game at all because I don't really care, and I made up that it proves that that game against us was their cup final, and all they were asked about was winning that game. However, my brother sent me this stat, and this will blow your mind. What happened in Man City's last 103 Premier League away games when they were losing at half time? Now, this dates back to April 1995.
Cool.
They've lost 90, drawn 12, and won 1.
Wow.
When they've been losing at half time, they've only won once.
In an away game.
Yeah, against Huddersfield.
Jesus.
And this season, it's happened to them 5 times. Since 2009-10 season, 35 times they've been beat when low. So basically, the message is if you're an opposition team against City, just make sure you're winning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, get it. Yeah, I've seen an interesting stat as well. I couldn't tell you on the exact details of it. It was something like City have lost 9 games this season. Is it?
Lost 9 in the past 200 and odd games.
So, yeah. It was like, there you go. There's the
what people are saying. We're not worthy champions. In the past 2 seasons alone, we've lost 3 times. We haven't lost at home for 54 games or something like that. 3 seasons. And here's another one for you. If because of City's defeat yesterday, they can only achieve 81 points in the Premier League this season. Which when the competition was suspended in March, we had 82. So we could have come back start and lost every single game and still won the league.
That's phenomenal, isn't it?
When you think people say City are the best side the Premier League's ever seen, I think it's an absolute disgrace to say that this Liverpool team, there is absolutely nobody better.
No.
They've
been a very good team, very entertaining team over the past few years, but I think we eclipsed them without question.
I mean, people say about Liverpool teams are previous, and this team broke that many records. We are currently witnessing the best Liverpool team ever.
Yeah.
Forget your Hansons, forget your Kennedys, forget your Souness's. We're witnessing the best Liverpool team ever.
Yeah.
Right now. And even if you ask people like me, I've asked my dad, and he said it's hard to compare, but the stats don't lie. That's what he always says. And they really are. They're the best Liverpool team we've ever seen. And is it crazy knowing that?
Yeah, and it's going to be one of them. We're not going to appreciate it now as much as we probably should. It'll be...
It's in 40 years and we haven't won that for years. I haven't been in the pub
Exactly.
going, Virgil van Dijk.
They were the glory days. They were the good old days.
But it's crazy. And I mean, based on yesterday's game, I wouldn't start that midfield again. I was very, very disappointed in the Ox yesterday. Yeah. And what surprised me was Keita getting kept on when the changes came on. And Fabinho getting brought off, because I didn't think Fabinho done particularly bad, but Keita probably was the exciting one out of the midfield. And then obviously he set up Mane, wasn't he?
He did, yeah, he set up Mane. I think the thing bringing Fabinho off is he played the full 90 in the last game.
Yeah.
He was one of the few who played the full 90, wasn't he? Because he went to centre back, didn't he, halfway through?
Yeah.
So it's probably just to rest his legs.
Half time, didn't he? Because
so I think it was just to rest his legs. He didn't do anything wrong, particularly anything worse than any of the other midfielders. So Keita showed glimpses again, a few. It's a tough game to judge.
Yeah.
Any player's individual quality, because it was just a bit of a crap game. So yeah,
definitely. But the Ox, I'm a massive supporter of him, and yesterday it was just like when you look at his stats, he had 3.7% possession. He only had 74% pass succession rate. It just seemed like nothing was coming off for him, and he's only 26, the Ox, so I think he's going to be a player who we do keep hold of anyway. I've seen people saying he might be the one to make way for Thiago, but I don't think he would be. I think if anyone's making way for Thiago, it's probably going to be Genie. But
I think it might have just been one of them days for him.
But he wasn't that
had one as well.
Was he when he came on? He wasn't. I know we had the own goal, which wasn't his fault, and it probably wouldn't have been a goal if he wouldn't have got a touch on it. However, I love the Ox, mate. I think he's a phenomenal player, and I'd love him to stay. But do you just think that he wants that first team action? Do you think he's starting to get fed up and being a bench player?
Probably. You don't know what the character of the man. Some of them are happy to sit on the bench and make the odd appearance. Some of them want that. They want to be in the thick of the action every week. If that's what he wants, then I'm afraid he's going to have to go somewhere else to get it, because
especially if we
know what I mean?
Go in. Because I mean, I do think Hendo's 30 now, nearly 31. I do think he'll start fading out in the next few years, in the terms of like he'll start being like the Gerrard role, where they start playing less, start fading out. But then, because I don't think Hendo will play as long as other midfielders, because he's got I can't forget the exact term for it, but he's got something wrong with his feet. My brother's got it, and it's you have to have special inner soles in order for your feet to. I don't know what it is. Yeah, but it's the same thing as my brother, and my brother couldn't play 90 minutes now, and he's only 33.
To be fair, the way he plays as well, he's sort of all action, high intensity, and
on the City game,
30, and once you hit 30, things start going wrong, things start falling apart. You know, your joints aren't strong, your muscles take longer to recover and stuff. So he will start picking up more injuries, and as you said, I didn't know about that, the deal with his foot.
Yeah, it come out years ago, but I'm not sure if he might have solved because he hasn't been that injured so like lately. But I think it's when he has when he plays like a few games and he'll have a rest. It'll be because his feet are. I don't know what happens with him. I'd have to get my brother on to tell me exactly, but he's got the exact same thing, and it's not meant to be a nice. Yeah, he literally has to take inner soles out of every shoe he gets and put special inner soles in. So I can imagine playing with football boots are made to be light, and these inner soles are big chunky things, and they're not the comfiest. But Henderson is like he's starting to get traits in my eyes of Stevie. Like in that game against City when we were getting beat 4-0, he was still chasing the ball down in the 91st minute, thinking that we were playing like for the game of his life. You know? His passion and his loyalty to this club, you can't fault. And
it's like a never say die attitude, isn't it?
Yeah,
you just can't. You can't train that. That's just in you, or it's not.
And you can just see the difference he makes to the team when he comes on. It's remarkable. Yesterday, Bobby came on and changed it, but I think Henderson's leadership, you could hear him because obviously there's no fans there. You can just hear him screaming, like people are making passes and he's going, "Go pass!" Even though he's the other side of the pitch. He's just like he's managing the team on the pitch, which is similar to what Gerrard used to do. And Gerrard's obviously been raving about him. And Henderson in his programme, no jest, he said that he isn't the player he is today because it's because of Steven Gerrard. And it just goes to show the influence that Stevie has had on him. And I made up secretly that he's ended up being good. Because I'd hate to be that club with a captain that shouldn't be a captain. Like he's earned the right to be the captain now. Yeah. Although Verge looks better in the armband. Biased towards Van Dijk, aren't I? But I do think that Henderson might be the one to miss out because of Thiago, which is bizarre to say because he's the club captain. But I can just see him getting more rest next year than he's got nothing to prove anymore as he's won everything. So
talking about it, like hearing them shouting, you must have done the same as me. I watched it without the crowd noise.
No, I watch it with that, to be honest, because
I wanted to hear them. I wanted to hear the players shouting and talking to each other and stuff. And we had all the other games I've watched with the crowd noise, and even the last game, I watched the first half with crowd noise, and I was like, right, I'm going to turn it off for the second half, and forgot. So I thought, right, I just want to hear them communicating with each other. It's unusual.
Yeah, I suppose I might do that for the next game. I think the first time I'd done it was it was in the Bundesliga, and then since then I have always had the crowd noise on purely because it allows me to just drown out the commentators a little bit. But I didn't mind it yesterday because Carragher was on, so I didn't mind it. But usually I'd rather listen to noise than listen to them commentators. So, but I suppose it would have been interesting because we're a very vocal team, aren't we? There was a pass quite early on in the game. I don't know if you heard it, and Naby either dribbled past someone or made a pass, and you heard Van Dijk shout at the top of his voice, "Naby lad!"
Brilliant.
Noise on it, you can still hear it. It's interesting. Like I suppose I probably will start watching it without the noise on for Liverpool because it allows you to hear what they're saying, what they're communicating with, and
you get a feel of like when you're frustrated with something you see or you hear, you can hear it. Like when they scream, like there's a couple of occasions where you're like, oh my god, and then the player's gone, and he's like, all right, okay, well at least he's pissed off as well.
Imagine if Carragher was playing without fans.
Yeah, no, after that one,
Carragher stands outside Anfield with 50,000 in there. Imagine it with no one in there. But yeah, so it was a good result really yesterday, especially with City getting beat. It reinstates the 23-point lead at the top of the Premier League. It allows us to beat. We think we can hit 104 points now.
It's like 104, yeah.
Do you think we will?
I think we'll cross 100. I can't see us winning every single game to the end of the season. The worrying game for me is Chelsea. If we play like that against Chelsea, they'll expose us. Whether we'll step it up, we need to. When we play Chelsea, we need to hit the heights that we were at against Palace.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're not winning that game.
With Chelsea, you want the top 4 to be wrapped up because that's very interesting at the minute. You want that to be wrapped up.
Yeah, especially if it could be top 5, couldn't it? Depending on City. So.
Oh yeah, then we find that out next week, I think.
So it could be. You're looking at teams like Wolves, Sheffield United. They're like, they're still not out of the race for it, are they?
No, and you know what? I'm made up we're not playing Wolves in the last few games. I just want to put on record, Nuno Espirito Santo is world-class manager. World-class for what he's done at that club. And if they get Champions League football, they should build him a statue.
Yeah, I think we've touched on Wolves before.
Yeah, and it's hard because I know you don't want any teams to be strong. Wolves will never get close to Liverpool, but I want them to keep Adama for another season, and I want them to see what he's like in the Champions League before we go out and spend like £70 million on him. You don't know what he's going to be like against the big boys. You know what I mean? Like
it's looking like they're probably going to get at least Europa League, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely.
So he's going to see European football. So I can see him staying there.
I can see Sheffield United getting Europa League as well, which is mad. They only come up this year, and it's just mad.
I looked at the league table, and I was like, if you look at the teams in like the top 8, you've got Leicester, Sheffield United, and Wolves. And you've got Spurs, Arsenal, Everton. They're all like down there. I'm like, wow, just shows how good they've been.
It's proper mad this year, but when you look at our fixtures, we haven't got. I'm made up. We've wrapped the league up early because we haven't got an easy run in. When I was saying about hitting the 104 points, even Brighton's a hard game. They done. Was it Arsenal the other day? They did it when they had Maid on the pitch. So they're capable of beating a bigger team. Then we've got Burnley, who I hate playing. Don't even care. There's no fans.
They're a horrible team to play, aren't they?
Yeah, I hate playing Sean Dyche's teams because I just hate them. And then we've got Arsenal away.
Not too worried about that one, to be honest. Arsenal have been awful.
Really
you just know they'll turn up against us, don't you? Now we've said that they'll probably do a number on us.
We've got Arsenal and Chelsea back to back, which is mad. Obviously, the Chelsea games are wet. One positive I will say for the Chelsea game, I've only just realised this, but from the Arsenal games to Chelsea games, due to the FA Cup, we aren't going to play Chelsea till a week after the Arsenal games. We play Arsenal the Wednesday, the 15th. Then we play Chelsea the following Wednesday. Now, in between that, Chelsea got an FA Cup semi-final on the weekend.
Yeah.
So if they win that FA Cup semi-final, I mean, obviously the final's going to be at the end of the season. Then, I mean, they haven't got the whole travelling down to London, playing at Wembley because they're already there. But they still got that. It's a massive game. Like, Frank, that's their chance to still where Frank's going to go for that game.
Absolutely. And it's a distraction as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So if they then ultimately, if they win that game on the Saturday, they have the Sunday off. They've only really got Monday and Tuesday to prepare for Liverpool before they play in. And then, but then you haven't even got that because they're probably going to drive up to Liverpool on the Tuesday. I think with coronavirus, you've got to come up exactly a day before, haven't they? And they can train on the pitch. Yeah, because there was videos of Liverpool training on City's academy pitch before the game. So Chelsea will be up on the Tuesday. So pretty much they're probably going to drive from the FA Cup straight up to Liverpool. So they're not going to have that. I don't care what anybody says. Players being at home helps. Absolutely.
You take people out of the comfort zone and their own surroundings. It affects them, whether you like to admit it or not, or how much it affects them. But it has an effect.
Being completely honest, I'd lose every single game bar that Chelsea won. That's the only. I just don't like losing Chelsea. And like I said, like they won us the league by beating City. The whole Gerrard slip, the years of abuse off them. We've just got to win them. I don't care. And the fact
we have got a good rivalry with them over the past 15 years.
That's coming back, you know. Like now they've got Ziyech and Werner and they're meant to be getting Havertz. They're the threat next year.
Yeah.
People are saying about United being a threat, but United will not be a threat as long as they've got that back five. You'll never be a threat as long as you've got Harry Maguire as the club captain. As long as you've got David De Gea, who is not used to be the best in the world.
Yeah. I've lost it now, yeah.
But then Chelsea, in the same breath, are saying they need a whole new back line. Rudiger maybe is the probably only exception. I'd probably say should maybe stay.
But Azpilicueta, haven't they?
But he's 33 or 32.
Yeah.
They definitely need a new keeper. 100%.
Yeah, for sure. So who's they got at the back? Who's the right back?
They play either Emerson, that's left back in it, Emerson or Alonso.
Azpilicueta plays there sometimes, doesn't he? But sometimes he plays centre back.
I don't know. Have a look now. And I can't even think who plays right back for them now.
It's never been. I don't think they've got any massive issues there because I've never seen anyone making a point out of having a go at their defence other than you just then.
Christiansen.
Okay.
And Tomori. The only thing that worries me about Chelsea is since the lockdown, Christian Pulisic has decided he's Eden Hazard, hasn't he?
Yeah, he did start to show glimpses here and there, didn't he, beforehand? But he not.
He's world class. Even Jürgen said that about him. He's a world class player.
Yeah, he's coached them, hasn't he, at Dortmund?
Yeah, he is world class. And then even Barkley's looking good under Lampard. But then having someone like Lampard coaching you when you're a centre mid, you're going to get better.
Absolutely, yeah.
That rival will be interesting if Frank stays, isn't it? And Gerrard comes back. Gerrard against Lampard.
Yeah, that age-old debate then, won't it? Who's the best?
I think Gerrard will be the better manager. I really do.
Yeah,
but
no bias involved there at all, but yeah, I agree.
No bias at all. Stevie's the best of everything in my eyes. But Stevie. But yeah, looking forward then to the Brighton game. I was going to say, shall we expect changes? But it's looking like Jürgen's going full throttle for the whole rest of the season, doesn't it?
I think it'll be similar. It'll be fairly strong, and he'll bring in, like he did yesterday, he'll bring in 3 changes probably.
I think we're probably going to see Elliott at some point because Jones and Williams now are both on 3 appearances. Elliott's on 2.
Yeah. So he's saying, I'm not just going to hand out Premier League appearances for the sake of it. People will get on merit if they deserve it.
He's right in this sense, right, where he's saying that the 5 appearances thing is a joke. Because ultimately, at 1-0, Villa could have got a last-minute equaliser. Yeah. Right. So Curtis Jones scoring, seeing the game off. Now, if he doesn't play for the rest of the season, he has scored a goal in the Premier League. So why is he not worthy of that medal?
Exactly. Who's to decide? I think it's for the club to decide, isn't it?
Well, it happened to Franny Jeffers, didn't it, at Arsenal? It was 10 games back then, and he played 8 or 9, and he had scored like 3 goals, and they didn't give him a medal. Like, how can you back somebody?
That's just brutal.
Well, if you think about it in terms like, I know Mo Salah's played enough every game, but he had the goal against United, which ultimately won us the league. Yeah. Imagine if that was his only game. Imagine if Curtis Jones scored that goal, and then you say, no, you can't have a medal because you've only played 3 times, but you got the winning goal and ultimately won you the league.
It'd be demoralising, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think Elliott, Jones, and Williams are going to get medals. They're going to get the 5 appearances because when you look at the fixtures, they're probably all going to get on against Brighton.
And they've all been on the bench for each of the games since the lockdown, so it
doesn't count. That it literally, if you come on for seconds.
What I mean is he's got them on the bench, so he's ready to use them.
I think Jones. If they all get on against Brighton, then Jones and Williams are only 1 appearance away. Yeah. Because then when you're looking at the games like Arsenal, I think the last game of the season against Newcastle, if any of them are missing like a few, 1 appearance, they're all going to get whacked in.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But then I wouldn't underestimate Newcastle either. I mean, they played shocking against West Ham, but got a good team then, a really good team.
They're improving a lot. Yeah.
I think if they would have kept Rafa, they would have been a lot higher up the table. If they give Rafa the money, they give Steve Bruce. But then Bruce has surprised me this year with how well he's actually done up there, considering the fat owner who's ruining the club.
Yeah, I've never been a big advocate of Steve Bruce. He's always been one of them. I'm playing a Steve Bruce team. You know what I mean? But he's quite a funny guy, actually. You see him in interviews and stuff, and he's quite humorous. Like he had a little laugh and a joke, and he ruined Kevin De Bruyne's TV interview, didn't he?
I don't know. No.
De Bruyne's getting interviewed by, I can't remember who it was by, but you just see him, this game, that game, blah, blah, blah. And Steve Bruce walks past, puts his arm around him, and goes, Oh yeah, he's staying here now. He's had enough of City. He's signing for Newcastle. De Bruyne just looks at him and was like, "Yeah, I don't think so, mate."
De Bruyne is pulling that face, but Newcastle can probably offer him silly money in a few months.
Probably, yeah.
That's a player I'd love at Liverpool. And I hate it because every time he plays City, you see pictures of Jurgen with his arm around and speaking to me. You just think, go on, Jurgen, get it done. Get him at Liverpool. But it wouldn't be a bad shout if they get knocked out of the Champions League. It would not be a bad shout. Kevin De Bruyne comes to Liverpool. Imagine it. I can't even begin to imagine De Bruyne.
He is one of the handful of players in world football that could come in and get a game straight away. There's not many out there who would come in and nail on a first team.
Well, Gary Neville said, didn't he? He's the best passer of a ball he's ever seen. Now, I know people instantly think Steven Gerrard, but think about who Gary Neville's played with. He's played with Giggs, he's played with Scholes, he's played with Cristiano Ronaldo, he's played with Beckham, he's played with Cantona, and he said that De Bruyne is the best ever.
Yeah.
It shows how good he is.
World class. He really is world class, and he would walk into any team in the world. And that's the sort of player we've got to look at getting in.
I think I could see him. It's probably going to be a 2-horse race between Liverpool and Real Madrid, I think, for Kevin De Bruyne. Because I think Barcelona just want to cash everyone's pensions in. We would do there.
Yeah, I can't see it's Barca happening for him.
They've just fell off, haven't they? I mean, they've just got rid of Arsenal, who's 22 for a 31-year-old Pjanic. Barcelona have just lost it, completely lost it.
Messi's fed up as well.
I'll take him on a 3.
Yeah, seems important. He's getting fed up of all the accusations thrown at him that he's running the club and he's picking the coaches and blah blah blah, and he's just getting really disheartened.
He is though.
Probably is.
If who said was it Neymar? No, Neymar's mates with him. Someone said that if you don't like Messi, you've got no chance at the club.
Probably Ibrahimovic.
Someone went over there and had a proper dig at him. I know Abidal. Eric Abidal, yeah, he's the director of Barcelona. He said that it's Messi's fault that they haven't won certain things and that, and it's crazy. But yeah, before we go, looking to the Brighton game, what team are you going to go with and what score?
Similar team. Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson. I think he'll probably stick with that back four. Alisson in goal. Then I would say Henderson, Keita. I'm torn here between Fabinho and Chamberlain. Probably Fabinho.
I don't think he'll play that midfield three again. Yesterday myself with Henderson, Keita, and Fabinho. I think Chamberlain probably would get the nod over him.
Up front, I reckon he'll give Minamino a go. Where in that front three, I'm not sure. He'll probably play Bobby, Minamino.
Be Salah, won't he? Never drop Salah.
Probably be Salah, yeah. Although you can't half tell Salah's going for that goal. I don't know whether you've seen it on Twitter. A few people were accusing the team of not passing to him. Someone was saying about Trent, particularly picked out Trent. Some idiot on Twitter, like, talking rubbish. But, you know, once one person talks rubbish, you get a few people on the bandwagon, don't you? Yeah. They just showed one phase of play where Trent had the ball and Salah, to be fair, Salah was in acres on the right wing, but Trent cut in and took the ball in field instead. And I was dying. It was so hard not to jump in and get involved in the arguments because, like, I've got no time for fools. But a part of me thought, if I was playing with Salah, there'd be times where I wouldn't pass to him either.
Yeah.
Because he plays with his blinkers on, especially when he's looking for that golden boot. He plays absolutely blinkered, and all he can see is the ball and the goal.
Yeah. With Salah, you want Salah to not think like that. You want to just think with...
Play with freedom. Just play with freedom. Don't overthink it, because that's when he's at his best.
So what score would you go with for Brighton then?
It's 1-0. 1-0 us.
My team probably is very similar. I'm going to say Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robbo. Might shock you a bit now, though. I'm going to say Fabinho, Henderson, and Curtis Jones. Just because he scored, he's made a statement now to start. It's against Brighton. It's not a massive team. I think he might get a start. Then Elliott, Salah down the middle, and Mane on the left. Because Elliott, the game time, he's going to get 5 medals. I can see him at Brighton being a team Klopp would start him against. And then, I think Jones will definitely get a game. And Nico will probably come on about 60 minutes for Trent.
Yeah.
Then, do you know what? Saying that, I'd even rest Trent against Brighton because Nico's good enough.
He is.
And I'm going to go bold.
We've said this in the past, though, haven't we? And Klopp's just stayed strong.
Yeah. I'm going to say 4-0 for the Brighton game.
You're coming down at least from 6.
Yeah. Brighton can be difficult, and I know they're trying to fight relegation, but so were Villa. And I'm going to go Curtis Jones getting the first. I think he's a very, very special talent.
You've got a massive heart out for this Curtis Jones, haven't you? Right, so by the way, I'm not knocking it.
I love him. He's going to be world class, and I can't wait for 10 more years, and he's as good as Steven Gerrard, and people are then taking notes, and that's a big claim.
Yeah, mate, I hope you're right. I really hope you're right, because we need.
He's got the swagger about him. You can just tell he knows he is world class. He knows he's going to be good enough. He's generational. He really is going to be generational, and I'm just so happy he's a Scouser. People talk about Phil Foden, but Curtis Jones he's going to burst onto the scene in the next year, and he is going to be world class.
Yeah, the more Scousers we've got, the better.
Exactly, yeah. I like seeing Scouts in the team. Obviously, some of them aren't enough, but I do like seeing Scouts in the team. I like seeing the local lads representing. They have the heart, they have the passion, they know what the other 50,000 in the stadium are wanting as well. And he's just I think I like him a bit more as well because he's like following. He's a top stuff lad.
Yeah. Not like you from Birkenhead, apparently, with your Birkenhead media voice. Don't set the record straight. Matty is from Huyton.
Yeah, Huyton, born and bred, me. I don't live in Huyton anymore. I'm chill. Well, bred. Definitely not Birkenhead. They don't even have teeth in their heads up there.
Not to anyone listening in Birkenhead, by the way.
But yeah, before we go, nice one for coming on, Stay. Hopefully we batter Brighton and we'll be talking after. That's Wednesday, isn't it? The Brighton game.
Yeah. It's I think so. Yeah, it's also Thursday. It's in a couple of days.
I'll have a look. I think it's Wednesday. Wednesday, 8:15.
Okay.
So it'll be the Thursday morning. That weird because I'm in work. In fact, I'm in work, but we'll see if I can be bothered to look at all my stuff with me to work afterwards. But yeah, Thursday morning, next pod. But yeah, nice one for coming on as always.
Right. Anytime. Up the Reds.
Okay. So.